Hello Bigland Green, and particularly hello children in years 1, 2 and 3. Today I'm going to be reading you a story called Mr. Gumpy's Outing. And we might learn some things about spending more time at home from this story. Mr. Gumpy's Outing. This is Mr. Gumpy. Mr. Gumpy owned a boat and his house was by a river. God, what a fabulous house Mr. Gumpy's got. One day Mr. Gumpy went out in his boat. "May we come with you?" said the children. "Yes," said Mr. Gumpy, "if you don't squabble." Well, that's a tricky word, isn't it? Squabble. I wonder if you can think of another word that means the same or a similar thing to squabble. Can you think of one? My synonym for squabble is to argue. So if you squabble with someone, you might be arguing with them. "Can I come along, Mr. Gumpy?" said the rabbit. "Yes, but don't hop about." "I'd like a ride," said the cat. "Very well," said Mr. Gumpy. "But you're not to chase the rabbit." "Will you take me with you?" said the dog. "Yes," said Mr. Gumpy, "but don't tease the cat." "May I come, please, Mr. Gumpy?" said the pig. "Very well, but don't muck about." Well, there's lots of them now joining the boat. "Have you got a place for me?" said the sheep. "Yes, but don't keep bleating." "Can we come too?" said the chickens. "Yes, but don't flap," said Mr. Gumpy. It's getting very busy on the boat now. "Can you make room for me?" said the calf. "Yes, if you don't trample about." "May I join you, Mr. Gumpy?" said the goat. "Very well, but don't kick." For a little while they all went along happily, but then the goat got kicked, the calf got trampled, the chickens flapped, the sheep bleated, the pig mucked about, the dog teased the cat chased the rabbit hopped, the children squabbled, the boat tipped. Oh no, what's gonna happen? And into the water they fell. Oh dear. Then Mr. Gumpy and the goat and the calf and the chickens and the sheep and the pig and the dog and the cat and the rabbit and the children all swam to the bank and climbed out to dry in the hot sun. "We'll walk home across the field," said Mr. Gumpy. "It's time for tea." Oh, so they've all dried off now, and I think they're going to have a big tea party all together. So, we might have learnt a new word from this story. Can you remember what my word was? That's right, it was squabble. So what does squabble mean? Can you give me another word? And my word was to argue. If you're squabbling, you're arguing. Now, we're all spending a bit more time at home together at the moment, so you might find that you have a few extra squabbles with people at home. Now, my question for you, and I want you to think of 5 things. What will help us all get along when we are spending more time at home? And you can discuss that with your family, but think of 5 things that will help you get along. Also in the story, Mr. Gumpy, they went out, they went for a walk. So after they all fell into the water, let's go back to that bit, they fell into the water. They all went for a walk across the fields. Now, we are allowed to go out for exercise at the moment, and I think that's my idea of how we will squabble less. So if we go out for some daily exercise, stay safe, but it may help us all get along whilst we're spending more time at home together. That's my story for today.